Identifying properties used to solve a linear equation. The equation 8 times the quantity u plus 6 equals 24 is solved in several steps below. For each step, choose the reason that best justifies it. So the algebra has been worked out for us, step by step. What we need to do here is identify the reason, right, or the property that justifies each one of these steps. So these are kind of like the rules of the game in algebra. And for each one of these steps, there's a rule that says that we can make that move, okay? Or we can do, right, or make this algebraic step. So this first one, that's just the given equation. That's what we're starting with. Okay, now I need to look at this next step and think, okay, what did they do to get from here to here? Okay, and I can see that they distributed the 8. So 8 times u gave me 8u plus 8 times 6 is 48 equals 24. So, okay, I look down here at my properties and decide, well, which one of these properties says that I can do that? And that particular one is distributive property. You can see here that this rule says that you can take something multiplied, right, outside of parentheses and multiply it individually by each term inside, okay? So right here, this one, you would choose distributive property. Okay, now, what did they do to get from here to here? Okay, so I can see that what they did there was add this minus 48 to each side. Okay, so the 8u plus 48 is right there. The 24 is there, but they've added this minus 48 to each side because they're trying to zero out that term right there. So when you do the same operation to both sides, then you're dealing with a property of equality when you do something to both sides of the equation. This distributive property only affected the left side. Okay, nothing happened over here to the 24. So this is one of our properties of equality, and since we are subtracting 48, I'm going to list the subtraction property of equality. So this is going to be subtraction property of equality, and I abbreviated there. Okay, now, right, when we go through this solve, we know those two, if we combine those like terms, it's going to simplify down and just leave us that. 24 minus 48 is negative 24. So all they did here was simplify. That's not actually a property, right? They just combined like terms and did the calculation here. Okay, now I can see that between this step and this step, they added this divide by 8 to both sides. Okay? So since they're dividing both sides by the same thing, I'm going to list this, the division property of equality. So division property of equality. Okay? And then last, right, this 8 just cancels, leaving u, and negative 24 divided by 8 is negative 3. Again, this is just a simplify. And we're done.